Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, one and all. Hope everybody is doing well. Did you have a good weekend? I think we all did. Well, we're here. If you've been sitting there in front of your computer refreshing, going, when are they coming on? We're on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk Football, the Round Table. I am your moderator this evening. Every now and again, they call me Anthony. Sometimes they call me Mr. Fingers. Tina calls me Dinklage. My wife calls me sometimes names that I can't repeat on the podcast. But I am your moderator this evening. And as our colleague, Mr. Rosario, who could not be here with us this evening, likes to say, I am here, but I'm never alone. I got it right this week. Got to stutter through it. And this time, I'm going to go to the bottom frame down here and introduce Miss Delilah Crespo. How are you
what's
doing?
up, everybody? I'm excited to be here with you guys. Another football night, and especially after Sunday, I'm in a better mood.
I wonder why.
Down.
I wonder why.
I'm in a much better mood than last week.
we may or may not get into that later. So that's Delilah Crespo, ladies and gentlemen, and this lovely lady right here, over here to my right. You're right because you're looking at it the same way. You know what? She's right there. That is.
Hey everyone, it's Tina.
Every single week. It is Ms. Tina Winter. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here with you guys too. Time to talk some football.
You know what? That is a perfect segue. That's exactly what we're getting ready to do. And as you know, every single football game from the Pee Wee leagues all the way up to the pros, they meet in the middle and they have a coin toss. Hey, I got it right this week. That was a clip I put last week out, the one where I humming my way through it. Anyway, the coin toss. This is kind of a hodgepodge. This is a part of the show. We have a little hodgepodge. We talk about some things that we go all the way around the league. Let's see. Which one do we want to go with? We want to go with the starting NFL quarterback that's married to a pop star, or we want to go with the shocker of the week. Which one we want to do?
Surprises.
Surprise you? Really? That's a lot of help. Appreciate it. All right. Well, we're just going to go right here. We're going to start with this one. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys saw it. We saw it. Russell Wilson. We know Russell Wilson came out, had a phenomenal start to his career. Multiple 10-plus game winning seasons, Super Bowls, whole 9 trick plays. He looked a lot like in his earlier seasons. He played a lot with this kind of the same style as another guy, except for the behind the back passes. You know, another guy, the guy that we like to call him by the name of a Muppet. That might or might not be dating or married to a pig. But he was a very, very exciting player to watch. Now in his 13, 14, 15, 16, wow, he's been in the league for 16 years, y'all. Am I looking at that right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the league for 16 years. Now in his 16th year, definitely looking like a shadow of his former self, off to an 0-3 start. Of course, we're talking about Uncle Rico. I'm kidding. We're talking about Russell Wilson, now playing with the New York Giants as a starting quarterback, and he's not been the guy he used to be. With Tina, do you think it is time for Mr. Wilson to hang up the cleats and that god-awful phrase he used to use when he played for your favorite team?
I thought he should have hung up his cleats 2 years ago. But I'm a little biased. So, I mean, he just cares. He comes into training camp. He looks good. Because what are you doing? You're competing against people who have never played in the pros before, or that are glorified bench warmers. Of course he's going to look good. And then he pulls the things that he pulls. It's just
Mainly hamstrings and calves, but
Yeah.
I digress.
His talents aren't enough to overcome his age at this point. In the past, he was able to get out. He was able to scramble. He was able to throw. He's older. You know what? Dude, you got $20 million from the Broncos this year. Take it and retire.
Tell us how you really feel, Tina.
God, that's finally over this year.
Well, wow. On that note, Delilah, I'm going to pass this one to you.
I think that Ciara just released a new album, which is very good.
Yeah.
And she, like, her music videos have been coming out. That album is amazing. Okay, she's out there putting good music out again. She's a phenomenal dancer. She's very impressive.
So I've heard a lot of teenage boys say.
Listen, the fact that she is in her 40s, I'm sure, like my age, and she out there, like, listen, and her music, it's a good album, okay? But anyway, that's what I'm saying.
Her knees, though, them knees. Have you seen when she drops? I'm like, I
know
that hurts.
But
that hurts me in heels.
That's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. She's phenomenal. So let your wife shine. Hang out with the kiddos. You've got the money, like, like Tina was saying. So let Ciara go out there and shine, have some fun, and kick back and hang out with your family. Oh, see?
She'll be 40 next month.
Impressive.
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to rebuke you. I'm going to rebuke you right now in the name of Jesus, young lady, because I just thought about something. When I hit 40, I was just starting to go good. I mean, I'm just saying, I was just starting to go good. I mean, I was younger and a little lighter and way more and in my late 40s. That was you.
Yeah, but she also, like, had 4 kids. Just saying, body change.
Okay, you know what?
Genetics and DNA.
Yeah.
So, like,
she's talented. She's got her album out. You know what I'm saying? Be like soon to be Mr. Kelsey Swift. Just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We know.
Oh, that man's half in retirement already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's thinking to himself. He's thinking to himself when he put that ring on her finger. Yeah. I may not ever have to play football ever again.
Okay, let's get it right.
Huh? What's that?
It's going the other way. That's Mr. Kelsey Swift to you. But Russell Wilson, hang out. We know that you love your sons. You have a beautiful family. I mean, amazing family. So retire, enjoy your, like, football money, and then just support your wife and her tour and stuff that she's about to go on. That's what I'm saying.
More teams he can go to that are hard enough that they would bring him in.
The way I could think of one. They play in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Well, I guess we'll talk about that later, right?
We may talk about that later too. Maybe not such a jovial tone. Yeah. Anyway, and bring a kicker with you. I'm just saying. Anyways, I mean, I was looking at this. Okay, I looked at you. You hit it right on the head. I hate to admit it. I mean, I am considerably older than Russell Wilson, although I don't look it. He was averaging 2012 to the 2020 season. He only had one season where they won less than 10 games. He averaged 11 wins a season. After that final season in Seattle up to now, I did the math. His win-loss record since then is, what did I say? 58, 23, 58 is 35, 23 and 35. His completion percentage has dropped. I mean, he never had the greatest completion percentage to begin with, but for the majority of the front end, he was at about 70%, and now it has dropped down to 59%. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, but he's played 3 games, so that's only 1 touchdown a game average. Mind you, he threw all 3 of those touchdown passes last week. against the Cowboys, which makes me ask the question: are the Cowboys going to be the new punching bag this season? Because everybody's beating the Cowboys. We gonna get into that in a minute. I'm not gonna give that all away. So I definitely would think. I mean, if we were gonna have a quarterback competition and it was me and Russell Wilson, zero interruptions, just got total continuity. But in comparison to other people that are lining up under center, he just doesn't have it anymore. And some people would say, well, Joe Flacco's not a running quarterback. He's not out there trying to run. All he's doing is just that's it's time for him to go ahead and ride off into the sunset. Russell Wilson, you know what? We enjoyed you in Seattle. You were kind of entertaining in Denver with that. God bless you. You know what? They say you should never speak ill. Black men should not speak ill of other black men, but you corny as hell, bro. Corny recognize corny. Okay, I'm just saying. Broncos fans, let's ride. Anyway, yeah, definitely time for us to hang up the cleats and move on. And that brings us to, since we were talking about a team that the Bears beat the Cowboys. I was going to say something really bad about the Cowboys, and I decided not to, and just let the story speak for itself. No diss to Bears fans and the Bears themselves, but we know that the Bears have had their share of struggles as an NFL franchise over way too long a period of time, if you ask Bears fans. And they managed to come out with a big W this past Sunday. And for this one, I'm gonna let Delilah go last. Tina, I'm coming to you first. I'm gonna let Delilah get all riled up and get excited. What do you think about all of this? Not only did they win, they won by what's that LeBron say? Not one, not two. Dag, if you put in the field goal, it was a 3-score win.
I knew the Bears had it in them. I had a feeling you guys were going to be able to playing against the Cowboys was going to be a game that was winnable for you guys. You just had to call the right calls and make the right plays. And unlike people on my team, you needed to have receivers catch the actual balls. So, I mean, I said it last week. I didn't think any one of the people that we talked about with the Giants-Cowboys game, that game was as high as it was because of the defense. So, and the Bears came in and they took advantage of that. And they walked away with a very big W. So, that's all I got to say. Oh, I do have one more thing to say. They came in and they mauled the Cowboys.
Oh boy, you talking about a slow reaction. That I was like, oh, wait.
That one took a while. I had to think that was rough.
That was good.
Usually a mauling isn't a good thing, but in this case it was.
In this case it was great.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to watch the Cowboys lose. So
yeah. So I
sorry, Janae and Handy's wife, who are Cowboys fans.
I was just getting ready to go there, so I'm cleaning and stuff and getting my stuff done. My Sunday routine is very simple. I get up, I go to the gym, I come home, I start getting ready for the week. I'm getting the laundry done, and I lay out my clothes for the week all the way out to Thursday, because I never know what I'm gonna wear on Friday. I've got a various assortment of Georgia tops and things that I might decide to wear to work on Friday because game day is coming up. But I lay out all my clothes. I pack up all of my lunches. I get all the dishes done, all that good stuff, because I know at least a minimum of 2 nights a week I'm going to be doing this. So I'm cleaning up and doing stuff. I said, baby, game is on. She said, it is? Yes, she's working. So she goes and sits in the room and she's watching, and all of a sudden I hear, this is what I hear, and this is how loud she did it. I hear, and I went, what happened? What happened? I turned the game on. I was like, oh, they're losing. I think it was 14-0 at that point. Or no, it was 14-3. It was like in the first quarter. And the more I watch this game, you ever watch somebody that just, everybody around them knows whatever it is they're trying to do is not going to work except them. Dak had this optimism on his face, like, nah, we got this, guys. Let's go. And here we go. All of that. And the more he tried, the worse it got. It was just like, bruh, just lay down. You out. He got you. But the real kicker was leaving the room and coming back and finding out they had put in Joe Milton and that Dak had thrown 2 interceptions. Whew. Yeah. And Caleb was out there looking like Caleb Williams was out there looking like the Caleb Williams that came in and replaced Spencer Rattler as the starter at Oklahoma. I mean, he was just slinging the pigskin all over the place. 298 yards, 19 completions. That's and 4 touchdowns. It needed the first quarterback. Oh, I'm not going to take any of Delilah's. I'm sorry, Delilah. I'm not going to take none of your steam. All I know, I think it needed the first quarterback in a while or like ever to throw 4 touchdowns. I saw that stat somewhere in a game.
I mean, it's possible because we haven't had luck. Like I said, our last reliable quarterback was Cutler.
No, Indiana had luck, and then he retired. Oh, I'm sorry.
I said Cutler, any with luck. Yeah, sorry. I meant any the previous quarterbacks who gave us any luck, any chance that was reliable was Jay Cutler. Smoking Jay. that will always be hilarious.
Yeah. Well, so Delilah, Tina has said her part. I have said my part. The floor is now officially yours. I yield to the distinguished gentlewoman from Chicago by way of Puerto.
Thank you. Okay, so obviously I thought we were gonna crap the bed. Because the last 2 games were like,
I wouldn't have thought that.
So I was like, obviously the last 2 weeks since I've been on here, I've been like, oh, here we go.
Ironically, Dak said the same thing. I'm gonna shut up now.
That's funny. No, but I really was like, hey, well, I did not go into this thinking that we were gonna win, like, that this was actually gonna happen. I had like a lot of doubts because of the stomping that Detroit gave us. Sure, I was like, okay, I guess we'll see. I was like, all our hopes were dashed, as you know. You saw the social media with Bears fans, and then because Wiener Circle said, which is a local hot dog spot here, was like, if he gets 4 touchdowns, free hot dogs for everybody. And I think Wiener Circle messed up because, as you know, sports people, sports people are super superstitious.
I have, excuse me, teacher. I have a question.
Oh yeah, let me explain Wiener Circle here. Yes.
Oh God, he'd love it.
It's a very famous, well-known hot dog joint in Chicago. Really great hot dogs, by the way. But they're also known because they like to abuse and joke with their customers. And if you ask for a chocolate shake, they will, for a good tip, they will give you a chocolate shake. They're adults only.
They essentially call you stupid.
Yeah,
in so many words.
Oh, that sounds like
you are going in for emotional damage in this place.
That sounds like the place in Philly. Like, if you don't know what you want when you get to the front of the cheesesteak line, like, get in the back of the line.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
No, it's not even getting in the back of the line. It's get the F out.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So it's a whole thing. And if you're good at it, which, you got a good comeback, so you actually might make for some friends there.
Yeah.
So if you're quick and smart, then, you pass the vibe check, as we say, right? But anyway, they said if Caleb Williams managed to get 4 touchdowns, that's what they said, against the Cowboys, They would give away free hot dogs. Yeah.
They're also known for putting things up on their sign outside the Wiener Circle and saying things like, I think they essentially say, Mr. President, go find his hindquarters.
Oh my God. Y'all gotta stop calling the place by his name. It's just, every time I'm sorry, I'm fine. Every time you say it, I laugh.
Wiener Circle? You would like, I honestly, you would
I'm sorry. That's the name of the damn hot dog joint.
like 30 years. It's
like, that's not the kind of thing. That's not the kind of thing you can post on Facebook. You holding the glizzy in the chocolate shake, talking about got this from Wiener Circle.
Caleb Williams is not the first quarterback to score touchdowns in the game. I did look it up. No. Multiple touchdowns passes. But anyway, however, Williams did set a rookie record, last year, and now this one had a good game. So, but no, not the first quarterback. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
I didn't mean not the first one, but like the first one for Chicago.
No, he's not. That's
okay. I got you.
Yeah. That's what I said. I'm like, I didn't think so. And exactly when I looked it up, no, Jay Cutler did it too. Anywho, so because of that, they did follow through and they gave away free hot dogs today. There was a long line. I saw the pictures and videos and stuff. But then because sports, as everybody knows, it's a very superstitious sport. So I think they're going to have to offer free stuff for something. In any case, besides the free hot dogs being given away by the restaurant that's making Handy cackle.
Wait till he meets these ladies.
Well, I didn't think this was gonna be. I don't know.
Everybody thought the Wiener Circle would send Dingle. You got him earlier, Delilah. I would have thought Wiener Circle would send Dinklage.
Stop saying it.
Okay.
Make me cuss on the make me cuss on the show. Oh my God.
But it was all over social media. Even the national media tweeted about it stuff because the sports because they thought it was funny. I thought you would have heard about it.
Everybody talks about deep dish pizza is king of Chicago. No, it's hot dogs. It's wieners. That's
that's it. It's off the I don't know where to get back.
What about a bratwurst? Hey, Jason.
Jeez. So what I did was obviously our defense. That I love. Anytime our Bears defense has a phenomenal game, it makes me excited because as Bears fans, you know how we are in this town in defense. We love it. So anytime defense.
I'm still. Go ahead.
Janae, I'm sorry that we intercepted your quarterback twice. And
no, you're not.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I love that we won at home too. That was exciting that we actually won in Soldier Field. And so that was a great game because usually we leave crying from that field. Like last year which you were at that game with the Washington football team. Yeah, that wasn't fun. There. So this was good. This was a good turnaround. I'm excited. I hope.
Who you play next week?
We play the Raiders, your favorite team.
Well, beat the crap out of them.
Obviously, sarcasm there because I know. But yeah, but I don't know. We'll see what happens from here. I'm hoping that we broke that. You know what I mean? Like we kind of broke through, and now we can pack on some wins because I would love to end up at least over 500. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for much, but if we can be at least break 500, I'll be excited. That'll give me some hope.
Oh my Lord.
That gives me some hope. But yeah, 31-14. That was great. And like I said, I'm proud of the defense. I love that Cole Kmet got a touchdown because I feel like we have felt for years that Cole Kmet, our tight end, has never been used a lot, which is unfortunate. I know, which makes me happy. Back to Soldier Field, and we beat his defense. Oh yeah, that was like icing on the cake. So that was another reason for the excitement. But I did love seeing like Cole Kmet get a touchdown, and of course DJ Moore in the game, with his touchdowns. Because again, I don't know what's been happening with DJ Moore. Like it felt the last couple weeks, right? Like we're like, why are you not using our number one receiver? Like what's going on? No hit at
My fan.
Is a player people don't really talk about much, but it was nice seeing DJ Moore out there, and the defense just killing it, man, just killing it. So anyway, I'm excited that the Bears broke the jinx. We'll see what happens next week, and yeah, hope everybody managed to go to Wiener Circle today and get a free hot dog earlier today. And no, we are not sponsored by Wiener Circle.
All right. I think here would be a perfect time for a break. Damn it, I had gotten myself under control, and you had to bring it back. There's like 7 or 8 minutes of the show that I'm not even gonna be able to clip because it's just gonna be like, nope, this is inappropriate. Oh my God.
What's inappropriate about wieners? We're talking about hot dogs.
I'm just saying. I'm just having, but there's been worse stuff than that on YouTube. But now it seems like a great time for a break.
Without the buns.
Oh my. We're gonna go to break right now. And we're all going to go sit in our timeout corners and think about what we've done. And then we'll be right back with more Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable. That is right. Yours truly and Colin P. from the DMV. We're normally on Mondays. We decided we are going to do a show on Wednesday right in the middle of the week, get everybody's attention because those nasty, stinking Crimson Tide, the Crimson Tide of Alabama will be visiting the Bulldogs of the University of Georgia at their home stadium in Athens, Georgia, affectionately known as the place between the hedges, for what will look to be a very epic game. And Colin and I are going to talk all about it, predictions and all that good stuff. So anyway, we're back. Thank you guys for hanging with us thus far. Those of you that are watching, if you haven't subscribed, here's a perfect time to say, if you're watching right now and you love the content, please make sure you drop us a little comment. Jason Swade, I think you've used up your allowance for right now. Just, oh God, we were just talking about wieners and I just did that. Okay. Anyway, drop us a comment, give us a like, or hit the subscribe button. This show is going to go down in history. But we are at the segment that we're at the moving on to our next segment. Can't even talk now. Games of the week. That's what we're talking about. Games of the week, and we are going to start first up with the Rams versus the Eagles. It was a one for the ages. Actually, it was a shocker. But by the time I caught up with this game, I'm sorry, I did watch part of this game. When I tuned in, the Rams were leading. Figure out for the life of me why the crowd was so silent. And then I realized they were playing in Philly. Um, yeah, I was like, there's an awful lot of Philly fans in SoFi Stadium. Oh, they're actually in Philly. So, but Delilah, I'm going to come to you first. What were your thoughts? What did you see? What did you like? What didn't you like?
I thought the Rams had a chance there, and they kind of puttered off there at the end. They just kind of lost their steam, and the Eagles are a team that you just cannot do that with. Not, they're the past few years. You know what I mean? And they really, really don't mess around when it comes to defense, as you should know, because they basically sign every guy from your school. So yeah, exactly.
Oh, and that guy had a big play. You know what? I'm gonna.
Where'd he go?
You know how Nick does me. He's like, you know what? Click.
I was like, what happened? No, but honestly, like Rams, I feel like they had a chance there. They let the Eagles come back, and you just can't do that with this team, with this defense. You know what I mean? You gotta keep pushing to the last second. Is that what we say about sports anyway? Like literally every second counts, and you just cannot allow that Eagles team to get the ball back.
No.
And but you know what? The Rams still look good though. It's a long football season, and I think that the Rams are going to be a challenge for a lot of people, even with this game.
Yeah, 100% agreed. And Tina.
Yes.
Oh my. Are we reading audiobooks? What was that? She's like, yes. Yeah.
That was my customer service voice.
Okay, gotta look up where Tina. No, I'm just saying. Anyway, what were your thoughts on this? Can't even talk now. I'm gonna hear that in my head about 7-8 times later. What were your? Where's my water? Get myself
What were my
together.
thoughts on the game? I was
Yes.
enjoying it because Puka's on my fantasy team. Everybody knows that's my nickname, Puka Puka Puka. And then the Eagles ruined my joy.
All of it?
Well, my game didn't help me that day. So, but you know what? Like what Delilah said, I mean, they're the Super Bowl champions. They pretty much, well, they destroyed the Chiefs and other teams. And I honestly think they probably. I didn't watch the whole game, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Is I don't think it was a trap game for them, but I think maybe they might have let off on the gas a little bit
100%.
and got behind and had to come back. So, I mean, the problem is the Rams, like they've been over the last year, is they haven't been able to hold a lead going into the third and the fourth quarter. So they got to fix that. Otherwise, I mean, I thought it was a good game. I will tell you that the Eagles fan that was sitting in our section of the bar because he was there with his Broncos girlfriend, Broncos fan girlfriend, he was sweating bullets during that game. They came in and started changing TVs. He's like, so he could see his game.
Oh man, like, dude, calm down. It's only week 3. But
Well, he had a jersey on and everything else. I can't say too much.
touche. I the one thing for me was people were hitting me up and going, "Man, did you see that blocked kick?" And I'm like, Did you not watch the did you not watch the college football playoffs in 2021 when Ohio State had to kick the game-winning field goal and that guy jumped up and blocked? I think it was either him or Jalen, one of the two, jumped up and blocked the field goal, which effectively set up Georgia to be able to kick their own game-winning field goal. The number of field goals those guys blocked. I mean, there were times when I could tell how they were lined up. It's like either Jalen or Jordan is going to get one, and sure enough, just off somewhere, the ball just
Sure
goes.
there wasn't any leverage used?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I don't know. As big as those boys are, if they leveraged off of somebody, they were not going to be able to get up. I mean, Jordan is what, 300 and some odd, 330?
I just had to say it. That's
Of course. Of
sticking
course.
point with the NFL right now. Every blocked field goal, I'm like, well, was there leverage on that? I know your boys are good. That I was trying to make a joke and just
Well,
came
not,
up as mean.
well, no, not at all.
Like, was there leverage?
Not at all, Delilah. Don't blink. Not at all, Tina. We didn't think you were mean. We realized it.
You're used to my snarkiness.
Yes, a little bit. I said that out loud. But to see the kick not only blocked, but then to see Jordan Davis return that back down the field. Yeah. And the funniest thing about that was watching him in his press conference during the press conference after the game. They asked him how he felt about it. He said, "Man, I don't think I ran that fast since the combine." But that's a big boy. He was motoring. I would not have wanted to be, if I was the lone player between him and the goal line, I'd have been like, "Welcome back, Mr. Davis. Good to see you." Like Tom the doorman and the Jeffersons. That door would have been wide open. Go right on in. George and Louise is right up on the third floor. But it was as much as sorry, Eagles fans, much as I wanted the Rams to win, I still got a soft spot in my heart for Matt Stafford too. So, hey, the Eagles did what the Eagles do, and they essentially got the best defense in the entire league. There is no denying that whatsoever. So, while I was a little bit like, to see that comeback, it didn't surprise me. I mean, all in all, there wasn't a whole lot else. I mean, Saquon only ran for 46 yards. Puka had a good game with 112, so there's that. And A.J. Brown, he got 109 on the Eagles side. But, yeah, I mean, that was a very good game that was definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was.
Hats off to the Rams, even in the loss, for at least a great first half. And hats off to the Eagles for pulling that off. So that brings us to game number 2. The Green Bay Packers, a team that at one point could have potentially be called America's team before the team that lost to the Bears, whose name we're not going to call again because we've already given them 15 minutes on this show. Sorry, Danae. Wound up losing this past Sunday. But not only did they wind up losing, they lost to quite possibly the last team anybody thought they would lose to, in the Browns of Cleveland, then Baltimore, and then back to Cleveland. The Browns beat the Packers. And I know that sounds weird to hear somebody say. It might have been a little bit more believable last season, a couple seasons ago when Baker Mayfield was still there. But with the quarterback situation they got going on right now, to hear that on a Monday morning, I'm gonna come right back your way, Tina. What did you think about that? Did you see that game at all?
I loved it.
Of course you did.
Every minute of it. At one point, we're sitting there in the bar. That game's on. Our game is starting, and the Eagles game is still going on. There was so much going on, like just trying to keep up on what was going back. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I never have a problem with the Packers getting beat in a game that everybody thinks they're a shoe-in to win. So, you know what, Packers, you might need to work a little bit this year if you're going to lose the Browns.
Yeah, to a team that carried 5 quarterbacks all the way up until like the week before the season started.
Yeah.
And then I think brought in another one or something like that. Somebody got hurt and they brought in another one. Oh man,
Okay.
you know what? If you're playing a game, a football game, a professional football game, and you're playing, against a team that's not so great, a team that's in Cleveland, a team that has been in a constant state of flux for I don't know how long have the
It's
Browns
so
how
close.
long
They
have the
just can't put
How
it
long have the
together.
Browns been bad for about close to 15 years now, something like that?
Oh God, my friend who's from Cleveland is going to kill me for saying this. They've been bad since Art Modell moved them to Baltimore.
Okay, there you go. That's fair. And and oh, that's right, because they moved to Baltimore and then they rebranded as the Ravens.
Yep.
That's
which
right.
Which is the
There's your
reason why when they did an expansion teams, Cleveland got a new team.
Yep. Well, there's your football history for those of you that did not know that. That's how the Ravens came to be, and that's how
yes.
a certain man of Omega Psi Phi got drafted and had his little special dance that he used to do before he came out on the field. And they won quite a few Super Bowls. But if you're playing and you're playing professional football and you're playing against a franchise that's in Cleveland that has not been good since, I don't know. I think Friends might have still been on the air the last time they were
Years
good at
ago,
that.
they were pretty good. They made it to the playoffs. So, I
Okay.
mean, they're
That's
not,
true. That's true. No, that's true.
it
I
was a
know
flash.
we keep
I
joking.
once
but
personally
yeah.
admit it was kind of a flash
Yeah.
in the pan for them. Nobody expected it, but they did play well that year. So, not so much.
Well, my point that I'm slowly making my way to, because I don't know how to be succinct and brevity is not my strong point. That if you're playing and the other team has a quarterback that only throws for 142 yards, an interception, and 0 touchdowns, generally speaking, you should win that game. I mean, just saying when your leading receiver only has 40 yards, and yet and still some way they managed the Packers managed to lose this game to the Browns. And that's something that will be talked about when I strongly think that at the end of the season, when they talk about, the best of and the worst of, the two of the three games that we've discussed in the last half hour will be talked about in the worst of column. The Cowboys losing to the Bears and the Packers losing to the Browns. So, man,
Yeah.
Delilah.
Packers want that game back.
Yeah, for sure. Well, as me having a team in that division,
You
I'm
enjoy
glad we lost. So yes, that's good for my division because it seems that right now we're all a little bit split there. So I'm just like, let's see what happens the rest of the season. So the loss from a Bears fan is good for us.
Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the Packers schedule. They have the easiest freaking schedule.
Yeah, they do. There's no reason they should have lost. That's what I'm saying. They're going to want this one back. Yes.
They have the Cowboys, then the Bengals, then the Cardinals, then the Steelers, which that might be a game. Then it's the Panthers and then the Eagles. They'll lose against the Eagles. Giants, then Vikings, Lions, Bears, and then they play us in mid-December. And then Bears, Ravens, Vikings. Yeah, they're going to want that game back.
Because the next team that they're playing is the Cowboys. The Cowboys are all banged up. And so it's a must win for both of those teams, though. So it'll be interesting to see, right? Because my team and the Cowboys definitely, the Packers definitely want that one back. That game was like, I don't know, like it was an interesting game. Obviously, mostly defensive, but at the same time, I was surprised at the how lackluster the offensive was for the Packers. I was surprised. And like Cleveland is going to Cleveland, but I wasn't expecting that. So,
yeah, they just looked like they weren't prepared. Like they just were on to the next game.
And they play, and they're away a lot, right? Because now they're going. They were in Cleveland. Now they're flying down to Texas because it's a home game for Dallas. So they're not even.
Yep.
They're not. So like now they got to win on the road. The Packers and Packers and Cowboys have like their own rivalry.
Yep.
So like so that's a rivalry game for them. So that should be interesting because both teams need to die this season.
Yeah.
If it comes down to it. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Does it end in a draw? No, it was weird. Football's been weird, and a lot of people are hurt. Like it's crazy. A lot of people are hurt, like all over the place. But we'll see.
Yeah, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your games of the week. One because it was exceptionally competitive. The other because, how y'all lose to them? So I hate to say, sorry, Browns fans.
They would be the same.
Your
they
schedule.
Would be like, yeah, we didn't see it coming either.
I don't know, bro. I didn't think we were going to win either, bro. Yeah, and then just for frame of reference, the Browns take on the Lions next week, the Vikings the week after. Their next next 4 games are the Lions, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, if they were going to get one, that was definitely the one to get. Well, that was the one they didn't expect, but that was definitely the one to get. That's a good notch to have in your belt.
They probably could need that They could win. They could need that win, depending on how the rest of the season goes. So
yeah, 100%. Even though it's not within division, it's still a win. Oh man. Well, having said that, we're gonna move into the next segment of our show, Team Talk, a little segment where we just kind of like to talk about things that happen with our respective franchises this week. Delilah, I know you had a lot to say about your team pulling off the big W against Dallas, and the Wiener stand and all that good stuff. So, what else do you have to? I'm sorry, I've gotten the giggles under control now. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. We're gonna try. Don't do that. Don't do that, Delilah. Don't do that. We'll be an hour 30. I'll still be going. I'll be eating by myself. Then both logged off. Like this fool's still laughing. Anyway, so I mean, what do you think the vibe is now as far as the feelings about team moving forward into the rest out in the arm that might give them a little push to?
I hope so. I mean, we're still a little nervous because we don't want this to be a fluke. So we're leery because we get excited and then it's like dreams dash. So we play. I mean,
team.
Right? Yes, but still, I don't. That's I feel like that's how the Packers lost, right? Because they went into that mentality. Do you see what I mean? And I do not want the Bears. Not the Bears. They can't be that team. They can't go in and they're going to LA, so it's an away game. So boys, they're going to Vegas. So, but
yeah. Well, Vegas is a town you
like
get into
I said,
a whole hell of a lot of trouble.
No hangovers. Go to bed. This is your mom speaking. I'm older than everybody on that team, I think.
At least the players, maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. No, not the coaches, but definitely the players. They're all like, what, they're mid-20s? Yeah. Anywho.
We're younger.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, no, we feel good, but we're hesitantly optimistic. So, but at least we didn't wake up this morning or yesterday morning, sorry, crying like last night. So that makes Adams was, because follow him, his social media is hilarious.
Oh
So
God, I
he,
love that dude.
same thing, that vibe when he walked in, I was like, I felt that. So, but yeah, so we're happy, and hopefully, if we can beat the Raiders again, I want to take each game as it goes, and I really hope that they want that they learn from this, right? They go in hungry, and they're like, yeah, now let's. But I don't want us to go in there thinking like, oh, it's the Raiders, right? No, they're still an NFL team. Like, that's what I don't understand. Every time people are like, oh, that team sucks. It's an NFL team. I don't care if they're 0 and whatever. Like, they could be 0 and 10. I don't care. Like, you still can't walk in there with that mentality. And so that's what I want. From what I hear, Ben Johnson's level-headed. Is what I got from everybody that knew him, whatever, that was around him, all the analysts, whatever. And so I'm hoping that, he manages that well, right? Don't let this get to your head, fellas. Let's practice. Do you know what I mean? Let's get some practice in. Let's learn some plays, right? Let's make sure that, we're solid. That's what I want from them.
Yeah. Well, and that's not an unrealistic set of that's not an unrealistic expectation as a fan. That's definitely not unrealistic, given where the Bears are right now, and even with the high that they're riding off this win. That's 100%. I love the realism because I see too many fans. I've seen too many people on various other platforms posts that have been made to the Big Blue platform where people have said, that's it, we're going to the Super Bowl, the 85 Bears all over again. I'm like, hey, you sit down.
Oh my God, no.
They're probably still riding the high from when they honored I thought that was really cool, by the way. I did see where they honored the 85 Bears. I thought that was very, very cool. And of course, no shocker whatsoever, Walter Payton's widow got the biggest round of applause from the crowd. I think it was
as she should.
Yeah. So, man, Miss Puka, what you got for us on your Broncos? We know that was a very. Was this another? I did not see this game. Was this another? Lost. No. I know
another field goal.
I was going to say, was this another end of the game
field goal? Yep.
Oh man, I wonder what it must be like to have a field goal kicker that can kick a winning field goal. I used to remember what that was like.
We used to too. We haven't so far this year. So, I don't know. Something's going on. Either they're not calling plays correctly or Bo's having some problems. He's definitely got a sophomore slump going on. There's something. He's up and he's down. He's in and he's out. And I'm tired of it. I'm really, really freaking tired of it.
He's not shuffling around in the pocket a lot, is he?
He can't make the easy stuff, but he makes the hard stuff look easy. It's like
that sounds like something Jason Swade would say.
There's a couple of now. I will also say there was a couple of throws that if the wide receivers hadn't pulled up earlier, they were home runs. So there's something going on with the offense. The defense played well. I didn't know this, but this is the third game in a row that the Denver's defense is not allowed a touchdown in the second half of the game.
Very nice. Very nice.
So, that's a nice stat to see. It's just something's got to happen. I even watched Tim Jenkins stuff, and there was even times he was like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what happened here. So I don't know. Maybe he's regressing. I don't know who's at fault. So, but I'm not happy. We play.
I could not tell at all.
We play Monday night against. Who are we playing? Yeah, we have the Monday night game. We are playing against.
Looks like you all have the Bengals.
Oh, okay.
Joe.
Well, thank God Joe Burrow is off the team. They'll make Jake Browning wish he was still on the bench.
Wow, they are. After watching the Bengals play, they are definitely. You can definitely tell now. Anybody who's asked the question in the last few years, is there more to the offense than Joe Burrow?
Answer's no.
Yeah, especially since didn't they get rid of a couple of his key pieces at receiver and stuff like that?
Well, no, they got
Yeah.
Chase and they've got
No,
Higgins. They got Chase and Higgins
they
still.
still got their key players. I think that's why people are saying the coach is on the hot seat now
Right.
because they shouldn't be
Browning,
losing.
I mean, they just signed both those guys to new high-paying contract extensions.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrows gets injured, and suddenly this young whippersnapper can't get the ball to him anymore. Like,
Well,
all right, so we just threw $40 million out the window this year.
well, let me ask
Yeah, we could have
that
given
leads.
that to Hutchinson 6 months ago.
Well, that leads me to ask the question about. I know we're talking about the Broncos, but
Yeah.
that where the Bengals are concerned, that leads me to ask the question: is Joe Burrow going to last long enough to get another contract extension? As much as he's been, I mean, it seems like he's injured every single year now.
Because
They
he's
don't
trying to win
have
the game single-handedly.
correct. That's yes, exactly. Yeah.
They
No,
have no
they're
defense really at all. So he's running. So he's running like it's not like the Bengals are a hot mess.
yeah.
Outside Burrows, Higgins, and Chase. Those
I
three
agree.
I think are okay, but you need all three of them to be perfectly healthy.
He
And
actually coming from a Bears fan, he needs an offensive line. Like what?
yeah. Oh, 100%
I
he
was
needs
like,
an
what?
offensive line.
I was like,
He's not a
dude,
22-year-old
not anymore.
kid coming out of college that can take the hits. And I mean, it's the same with
He's
Mahomes too.
he's pushing
Mahomes' offensive line
he's pushing
breaking
up into
down.
his upper 20s now, and
Yeah.
that's about the point where you about max out at peak physicality when it comes to a contact sport like football.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean he's gonna level. He's at the point where he's leveling out before the decline. So he's gonna. I mean,
And the fact that he has turf toe at this age, like that ligament's never going to be the same.
No, even with a special brace.
Yep.
But oddly enough, we started out talking about the Broncos, and now we're talking about the Bengals.
I'm happy to get off those guys.
Okay, well that's fair.
I'm trying to keep things on an even keel.
Do you want to talk about your team, Handy, or are you
No, I'm
ready
good.
for
We
that?
can talk about the Bengals for another couple minutes if we want to. No, but I mean, since
I think we said what we had to say about
we
the Bengals.
We could segue it from what Delilah said too. Is I do think the Bengals head coach is on the hot seat right now.
Yep.
And I do understand that the Falcons fired 2 coaches this week.
I know nothing about that. I honestly do not. But
I think they're both of the offensive variety. But
I was going to say everything about the Falcons' performance this year has been offensive. You beat me to the punch, dear lady. But it's So there's a comedian named Bubba Dub, and Bubba's entire routine is that everything is trash. Okay. Such and such, trash. This, trash. That, trash. Well, right now, the Falcons, trash. The Falcons are garbage. The Falcons are the if you take and you sit down and you eat a meal and what's left on the plate, you scrape it into a receptacle, into a bag, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever the city or whatever private company is charging the city way too much to come around for what they actually do versus what they're supposed to be doing, comes around and collects it and throws it in the truck. The Falcons are that right now. The Falcons are trash. How the hell? Okay? How the hell not only do you lose, but you lose after the season you had. And this is the thing that frustrates me the most about the Falcons. They had a wait a minute. Who did they play the week before? They beat the Vikings at home. They played the Buccaneers. They played the Buccaneers close, who are probably going to win the division. They played the Buccaneers close all the way up to the last second of the game. It was a last second field goal. Okay. And then they play the Panthers and they get blanked 30-0. Okay.
Oof.
30-0. And to add insult to injury, they could not score a field goal. Why? I'm glad you asked. In case you've been living under a rock for the last 3 or 4 weeks, in the game, the aforementioned game where the Falcons played their interdivisional rival. See, for those of you new to football, the football is broken up into two conferences, and then the conferences have divisions, and it's like 4 teams per division, and the Falcons and the Buccaneers in the same division. Okay, caught up? Good. The Falcons and the Panthers are divisional rivals, and they have battled mightily over the course of the last about, say 15, 16 years, trading back and forth between who's the best, except for that one period where some kid who played at, I don't know, Purdue or something like that was like 3'8" and used to stand on his toes to throw the football over. And they used to win a lot. They won a Super Bowl, which was really great for the city with the Saints. What's his name? New Knees, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm back. So the whole thing is that the Falcons and the Bucks for a good while have been, they're like Georgia, Florida. They're like the old Cowboys versus Redskins and all kinds of stuff like that, right? Well, all our field goal kicker had to do was kick a field goal to tie the game and extend it into overtime. This young man came very highly touted out of my home state, played football at Georgia Southern. I had never seen a South Korean, no offense intended if there's any folks watching of the persuasion, but I had never seen an Asian man kicking field goals in the NFL before, not to my knowledge. It was a very good field goal kicker. He missed it. He was very good the year before, and he missed the field goal. He lost his job the following week and was cut from the team. For a gentleman who kicked, I think, 5 out of 5 last week in the win over the Vikings, it was very, very impressive. And then this week, the same gentleman whose name, last name not ironically happens to be Romo, not only did he fail to kick 1 field goal, he failed to kick 2 field goals. Ask me how many field goals he attempted. I tell you, 2. So that's right. A man named Romo came to Atlanta and got picked to play on our team and failed to score a single point in a game when it really mattered. And I'm not angry about that, not one damn bit. I swear to God, I'm going to say that. I'm not going to use that. But I swear for air, I put on everything like the kids say in the street, on my mama, on my hood. The Atlanta Falcons are not very good. I did not intend for that to run, but that's a bar. And it's the truth. I'm tired of it. But I'm going to sit here and smile because I don't want to scare any of our viewers. It might have to be a little faint of heart or whatever, anything it is. But the Falcons are just, what's that? Like Hank Hill likes to say, oh, man, Peg, God bless him, that boy Bobby, he just ain't right. It's just the Atlanta Falcons. God bless them Falcons, they just aren't good. I don't know what happened from last year to this year. I don't know what happened from week 1, from week 2 to week 3. I mean, last week we were laughing over Michael Penix stretching out to get over the end zone, and somebody made a joke about a piece of male anatomy stretching out to get over the end zone. And we had a good laugh over it because they beat the Vikings. And this week, when it mattered most, the Falcons offense needed a little blue pill, a few of them. And because there was none to be found in Carolina. Apparently it's not legal to sell. So
Anthony, I have to say that I didn't realize when you kept when you mentioned the kicker, because I didn't watch this game, I didn't realize that the Carolina Panthers scored like 12 points off of field goals. Because I was trying to figure it out because I was looking at their stats and I was like, no one got touchdowns that game. Oh my God. Like there were touchdowns. Sorry. No receiving touchdowns. So then I'm like, no quarterback threw touchdowns that game. I was like, what the hell happened? And I was like, okay, so there's 2 rushing touchdowns. And then there was a pick 6, right? I saw that too. And so, okay, so now we have 3 touchdowns. And I'm like, but how did they get to 30? So I had no idea that that's what happened that game. Sorry about that, man.
Yeah. So
I was like, what the heck?
I now don't get me wrong. I am not denouncing my team or anything like that. They just frustrate the ever loving crap out of me week in and week out. And then my wife just has to go, sorry, babe. She's even asked me, what happened to your team? Because when she and I met and started dating, this was when Matt Ryan was like breaking franchise records of passing the ball, and we had Tony Gonzalez and Julio Jones and Roddy White, and I mean they were just running up and down and all up in everybody. And now we can't even get out of our 1 week we look like world busters, and the next week they're trying to disprove that we're a good football team on Mythbusters. So I don't know what in the world is going on with the Atlanta Falcons, but it be what it be, to the tune of a 30 for you and none for me.
Yikes. Who do you guys play next week?
I am glad you asked because I don't give a damn, but we're actually playing the Commanders.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, because the Commanders are looking really good. As a matter of fact, we have a very rough stretch. We play the Commanders, the Bills, the 49ers, the Dolphins. We might get a break with the Patriots. Then we face off against Danny Dimes, and then we play the Panthers again. So it might be a long time before we win. I could legitimately see us not getting a win until right before Thanksgiving.
Not even the Dolphins, though? I feel like there's a win in there.
Nope. And Sean messes me talking about, you brought that bad juju on your Falcons. Them Falcons are bad juju by themselves. What you talking about? And then, I mean, it's rough. I'm looking at the schedule. These are the wins I see, potentially. And the Jets are pretty decent too, aren't they? Or am I missing? Have they been?
They're not.
Okay. The Falcons and the Jets might play to a stalemate. That's on November 30th. The Saints are so. They might play to a stalemate. Let's see. And then, I mean, so I went down as far as the Colts. Then they play the Panthers again, who they might lose to at home. Then they go to New Orleans to play the Saints. They go to New York to play the Jets. They play the Seahawks in Atlanta, the Bucks Buccaneer. I almost said Buccaneer Town. The Bucks in Tampa Bay. They travel to Arizona to play the Cardinals. They welcome the Rams, and then they close the season out by playing the Saints. And realistically speaking, I'm going to count, let's see here, 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 wins out of all these games they got left. And I'm being serious. So that would make the Falcons, if they only win 4 more games, that would make them 5-12.
Did you guys see this? That the Jets traded the Titans for Brownlee, their cornerback?
No, that's crazy.
Interesting. I mean, Brownlee's good.
I know, but it just happened.
So, all right. Well, I didn't see that. Okay. Oh.
Well, here looks like another good place to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with what has become one of our favorite segments. I think this is a good segment to put where we put it, because after we talk about how badly our teams played, it's nice to talk about something nice. So we will be
chill.
Yeah. So we will be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
inspired. John Payne put together a solid game plan 2 weeks in a row. This is a big. But overall, I can't complain too much. We just need to see some of the Bills' defense perform at an exceptional level against Oregon.
This was our third win in a row. Very happy. I'm just concerned about the
And that was a clip from the Mile High Minute, hosted and moderated by our very own Miss Puka right here, and friends, and they have they know they got an education on grocery sacks and grocery shopping. I remembered this week, and it's a
lot of facts this week, so
yeah.
we're all
Well,
good.
hey, look, that's still about $15-$20, or depending on what you're buying. So this is a segment that we have come to love. It's called One Final Question, and it has nothing to do with football. Bless you. We had nothing to do with football. It's just something that we just kind of pick out of thin air. Or sometimes we think real hard about it, come up with it as a group or as individuals. Just something to make you think and just kind of take your mind off of how good or how bad in my case your team has been. Tina, your team is good. They just didn't win this past week. My team is just not there. All right. So this week's question: what is what is your favorite chill out music? I happen to be a musician after a fashion. I still play the piano when I have time. I write music and record music and things like that, and I listen to everything from Gregorian chants all the way up to some of the TikTok music that's out right now, if I can actually understand what they're saying. Yeah, you laugh. I've run some of that stuff through a thing where it's supposed to pull the lyrics by hearing the song, and it just seems to be just like 8 question marks. And I'm like, yeah, well, I guess that's not for me. So I will go to Lila. I will come to you first.
I don't know. It depends. So sometimes, okay. Do you guys remember Pure Moods from the 90s? And like it would come on at like 2:00 in the morning, and it had all like this like atmospheric. So I do. That is like honestly when I just want to like, ooh, like the straight up like. I think they did memes of that, right? Like I remember seeing that on social media recently, like a few years ago. But that is still go to for me when I just want to like. It's still a go-to. So yes, kids, there was a time these things called CDs, and there was people used to hawk them on TV late at night, 2 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning. But yeah, so
Columbia House called. They just pulled your credit report.
These kids found you for that subscription you never finished paying for.
There used to be a thing before the CDs kids called cassette tapes, and there was this company called Columbia House that promised that you could buy 12 of the hottest cassettes out right now for one penny, as long as you subscribed and you bought at least one tape at least every like 3 months or something like that at like $5, which was still cheap in comparison.
And everybody lied and like put fake stuff all over that. But anyway, so sorry, kids. We were pirates.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We were all pirates.
We were the first music pirates, huh?
We were pirates of all sorts of stuff. We even used to get internet on CDs. Yeah, the internet came to us.
Oh God!
CDs.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me just. Stop. Anyway, so yeah, so Pure Moods is still go to. Sometimes I'll put on Enigma. Enigma is a good vibe. Or like Fleetwood Mac type, you know what I mean? Like that, just kind of like, but again, it's just chill music kind of just changes based on like what my mood is, you know what I mean? And so, but I definitely have to like dip into my whatever I'm feeling emotionally, I guess, at that point in time before I make a choice. So anyway, And I do listen to Gregorian chants too, Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Funny enough.
Um, um, Brian McKnight on the same album that had the Back at One
You mean the
album.
horrible mother? Sorry.
Well, yes, that, but we're talking about when everybody still liked him.
Yeah.
On the Back at One album, there was an interlude on there that had a Gregorian chant, and I was like, no, he did not.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. I gotta go look.
Yeah, it's like 17 seconds. Oh. Anyway, it's great. It's great. Wait a minute, you just called him a horrible person. Now you go, wait a minute, I gotta go back and listen to that. Don't
Yes,
you?
I want to hear the Gregorian chant because I missed that because I had that CD. Speaking of CDs.
Oh yeah, I think that was probably, it was either that one or the one immediately before that were his two best, and then the rest of them just had like a
One
hit
or
on it
two,
and a good
yeah.
one or two good songs. But them two right there,
Mhm.
killer diller. All right, Tina, we're coming to you. Oh, what's your favorite chill out music? Okay, I'm done. What's your favorite chill out music?
Dido is one, and Lifehouse. I like them a lot because just kind of that genre with Lifehouse and stuff. Like
Mhm.
they had some songs that were a bit peppier, but they were kind of like a chill kind of thing. But mine, if I really need to chill out, like if I had to study or something like that, I always went for the Mozart or the classical music when I was studying.
Say it.
Yeah.
With your whole chest.
Yeah. Like it was either Mozart or Beethoven for me was the two that I would use.
What Beethoven piece specifically?
I don't know the names of them. I mean, it wasn't like the dun 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 dun, dun like not those. It was just more like his concertos and some of the duets and trios that he had written for. So the softer stuff, because I mean, the man was deaf. So by the end of his career, I don't think he could hear what he was writing in some of the bigger stuff. But
You going to
I
hell?
just found
You know those memes we send each other, them clips we send each other where it just turns straight fire and the dude's like, "That's fair." And he just walks off. You going to hell for that one? The man was deaf; he couldn't hear it.
He couldn't hear what he was writing. He just knew what he was writing because of his talent and his education and everything. But yeah, I just found classical music is just easier to, like, if I need to study or something, it's just, I found it easy. I thought it was just because the notes and everything were, anyways, I was one of those people that could like triple do things. Like I would be studying on the phone and also listening to music. Drove my dad nuts. How we didn't know at that age that I was probably ADD.
Huh? What'd you say? I got a little touch of that Beethoven, huh?
Deaf. But
Leopard.
I mean, I played flute and band. I like you. I listen to anything and everything, except for I'm not big into like jazz. But
Blasphemy!
I know it's blasphemy. Just
blasphemous. I still love you though.
What's yours?
Oh, I thought you had more coming. I'm sorry.
Oh, I have one more. Craig David, his debut album.
Was that your favorite chill out music, or was that your favorite music to listen to while you looked at the pictures in the album jacket? Tell the truth.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't bad looking, but it was my favorite chill out music. I heard the song.
I know my friend very well.
Like,
I know my friend very well. It's like, okay, Monday.
If I'm being honest about him, it was more about the accent than it was the body, because it's that British accent that just done. I'm sorry, are you trying to find a wiener circle over there?
Don't do that. Don't do that. My God, you're talking about the half dress Craig David, then throw a wiener circle in there. You bring Jason Swade back. Anyhow, I gotta be honest. I'm thinking about this. I'm the one that came up with the question. I don't really have a favorite. I don't really have chill out music because in the orchestra. There's a piece by Hector Berlioz called Symphony Fantastique, and it's I love it. I discovered this piece when I was taking music appreciation, which was one of the few classes my freshman year of college that I passed, barely with a C, and loved it. I fell in love with it to the point that as soon as I had the means to legally buy it, because the 12 CDs for a penny or whatever. I played songs in my phone right now. It's an absolutely awesome song. The second movement of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata is also another one. I love the conductor. I like those driving pieces, and sometimes I'm supposed to be cooking, and my wife will come in, and she'll just see me in there, my favorite chill out music, one conducting the choir. Wow, I asked a question that I cannot honestly answer. I guess I would have to go with like some slow, uh, slow, slow. No, 90s R&B is all about. It takes the last thing you want to do when you listen to 90s R&B is chill out. If you follow what I'm saying.
Not even Anita Baker.
Okay. Well, no, Anita Baker is so relaxed. Like the Anita Baker for me was so relaxing. It just kind of made me. I would just doze off to. Like that's good music to have on if you just want something chill to listen to and just relax and go to sleep. Like literally go to sleep. Not that it puts me to sleep. No disrespect to Auntie Anita, but it just makes me go to sleep. But like jazz, like some smooth George Benson. Some smooth George Benson, or maybe some Miles Davis, or a couple of some of the jazz pieces that Quincy Jones did. That type stuff, I can just kind of just veg out to. The only problem is, as hard as I go right now, just about anything will put me to sleep. You could put on the commercial for the I'm lowering my A1C. Jody, one stage Jody is the little pill with. I'll be asleep before the commercial goes off. That's just how.
I'll be asleep on the couch within 20 minutes of us logging off.
Yeah, so it's like, so, but yeah, the smooth jazz, because any and everything else, if it's like the Jodeci love songs, I wind up singing it. If I'm in the car and I'm just trying to have a cool, chill ride, I'm like, let me slow the hell down because I got so into it. And then don't let me put on like Tech Nine or something like that. Then I'm in the car. I have to remind myself I live in a neighborhood where a lot of the people don't look like me. So when I'm at the traffic light, I have to turn my music down and just kind of sit with my hands attending to, because when the car's moving, I'm in the car. Every time I come up with, I got to set it, then I got to go, and then I got to get it, then I got to blow, that kind of thing. I'm in the car, just, finger pistols and everything. And that can scare some people. So, yeah, that would be my answer. Smooth jazz.
All right.
And I said that like one of y'all was moderating and y'all were going to take us out of here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the point where I just realized, even though we've been talking for over an hour, that I was moderating the show. We appreciate you guys not laughing. That wasn't what I wanted to pause. And there it is, right there. Thank you. That was some short applause. They must not have thought we were that good. That was polite applause. For joining us for this week's edition of Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable. Breaking news. We will not be this next week, is it not?
Yes.
Next week, we will not be on. We are taking a brief hiatus because these two lovely ladies reside in the greater Chicago, Illinois area, and the Cubs are in the playoffs, and they will either be watching the game either via television or from the stadium. One of the two. I don't know what the scenario is. So we will not be on next week. We will be back on weeks from now. What was the date again? I don't have my
October
calendar
7th.
pulled up.
7th.
October the 7th, we will return and we will have plenty of football talk about again. Hopefully, Tina will have something nice to say about her Broncos in a win. And maybe Delilah will be able to say that her Bears, at this point, since there will have been 2 games, have now won 3 consecutive in a row, and Caleb threw 5 touchdowns in the game. Meanwhile, I'm still going to be over here mad.
But do catch the lady show this Thursday.
Yes, do catch the lady show this Thursday in 2 days. And Tina, you're on.
Mile High Minute will be on Thursday. We generally go on around the halftime of the
Woo,
Thursday
2
night game.
football shows on
8:30
Thursday. Let's
tonight.
go, everybody. Tune in.
Yes, indeed. And then Colin and I will be on tomorrow night talking about Georgia versus Bama, the showdown that may well determine the winner of the Southeastern Conference and entrant into the 2025 college football playoff. So that's going to do it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you hanging. So on behalf of my lovely co-hosts, Tina and Delilah, we thank you, and each one of you for tuning in. And y'all are waving like the Beverly Hillbillies. Y'all come back now. You hear? They just waving the whole time I'm talking. I think that's so funny. Y'all take care, and we will see you in 2 weeks.